Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and I'm doing another collective read. It's a timeless read, and I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy. It's for whenever you come across this reading. You're free to switch the genders and the roles around if you need to. Just remember, this is a general collective reading, okay? It's not a personalized reading. Not every read's going to be for you. Only take what applies and toss the rest, meaning only what you are aware of, okay? We're only here to clarify or confirm what you already know. Please don't take on anybody's strife or hardships unwillingly. You know what I mean? Unknowingly. Just leave it alone if it's not for you. If it doesn't ring a bell with you, leave it alone. It means it belongs to someone else. And you have to be okay with that, okay? Thank you for joining me. I love you guys so very much. Let's see where we're going to go with this. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? Snake. You're dealing with a snake overall. This is the overarching energy. Don't we? I think we're all dealing with snakes, right? Or else we wouldn't be here in tarot land. They can no longer explore something. Explore in reverse. Explorer. They can't find something out. They're trying to find something out about you. They don't want people to find out that you're innocent. So they described you in a certain way, try to set you up, try to make you look a certain way, and you're innocent. Wow. Yep. Leave that out. Time is up. They were spinning yarns. People are seeing that. Okay, that's a spinning wheel for yarn. So they were spinning yarns. They were lying about you. People, you're in your north node, they're in their south node, or something to do with a moral compass. It could be somebody at a distance, or you're moving and or traveling, or they are. I mean, gossip does travel fast, right? It gets to people. You wouldn't believe how fast it goes. They didn't think that you'd be able to survive this, or they don't think they can survive this. Somebody's very defensive. They're being put on the spot here, I think. People are pissed right off. Because this might really cost somebody. If this is a family friend or a bunch of friends or a workplace or just in general, that people were repeating the same lies that they were saying, this could be slander. This could be very costly. If you lost relationships, a home, business, health because of this, it could get very costly. Okay? That's why it's very, be careful the stuff that you repeat. The stuff that you hear other people talking about. Don't repeat shit like that. It can come back to bite you in the ass, and then you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? So tantalizing at first. All these stories about somebody. Oh, really? Tell me more. Tell me more. They really hoodwink you, right? They sucker you in. Oh, boy. Be careful. Snake. Where are we going with the snake? Thank you. Enemy disguised as a friend. There you go. So it was a friend or a friend of theirs that suckered them in. Could go either way or both. There's going to be a change in living situation, or because of what they did to you, this changed your living situation. Maybe you lost your home, your job, whatever. Or they're going to lose their home and their job. They're going to have to sell their home and fucking pay you off. That's what it is, because somebody's a liar. Wow. And they're two-faced. And the mask is coming off. Well, there you go. In a nutshell, it's right there. That's the whole reading. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Snake, enemy disguised as a friend. That's not much of a friend, is it? Meanwhile, you're innocent. Bunch of bozos. Attachment issues. Issues of attachment, either excessive or fearful, may arise. It could be, I don't know, some sort of an actual attachment, in spirituality, or somebody was codependent. They attach themselves to people and they don't want to let go, or they try to attach themselves to you and you let them go, and they spread rumors about you. At the end of the day, they're codependent. Double standards, because if you did this to them, oh, there would be holy hell, wouldn't there be? I know people like that. I had a friend like that. She did the most horrible things, said the most horrible things about me, jeopardized my life multiple ways, as well as the life of my child, and couldn't care less. Always wanted to come back with an apology. I'll never do it again, but they do it again. She slept with people I dated. No girl code there. But if I did that to her, God forbid I did that to her. Oh yeah, there'd be a double standard there. Different people are held to different standards. So that's what I'm picking up for you. Imagine if you went to court for custody against your ex, for your children, and your friend shows up supporting your ex instead of you. This is your best friend. Making up stories about you in a court of law, never supporting you. Huh? Oh, that was just a mistake. I was just mad at you. Let's be friends again. Yeah, okay. Double standards. Hidden agenda. Someone has a hidden agenda and motives. Sounds like it. Facade of concern. Oh, I care about you. I'm worried about you. Yeah, right. Someone's concern may not be sincere, hiding ulterior motives. Keeping secrets. Guard secrets or be asked to keep one. So maybe they have secrets amongst your circle. Or they're asking people in your circle to keep their secrets. Take it for what it is, a hidden truth. They can't face you here. Facts haven't been fully revealed yet. You're unmasking their motives here, or other people are. Some people's true motives begin to surface. How dare you? How dare you? That goes there. It's a chameleon. That's a chameleon. They change colors. They blend in. You know, it's everybody else's fault but theirs. Karma chameleon. There we go. If I remember, I'll try to post that song. Karma chameleon. Where are we going with this? Remember, this could be a friend. Well, it kind of sounds like it's a nasty friend, but partner, friend, or family member, or workmate, acquaintance, whatever. Okay. Maybe even be somebody you don't know playing in the background, trying to do something to you. I don't know. People are weird. So we have snake, enemy disguised as a friend, attachment issues. Where are we going with this? Games people play. It's all a game to them. Blocked communication. So you're not speaking to this person and they're freaking out. They can't get intel. They're very nosy, by the way. Somebody's unemployed, or they tried to make you unemployed, or they did. Somebody has no apathy. They have no feelings, no sympathy, compassion for you, nothing. This is a hood rat for the streets. Something to do with siblings, theirs or yours, or they are a sibling of yours. Something to do with passion. They shared some sort of passion with a sibling. Trying to control a situation. They're very controlling. There's something to do with a wedding here. They're showing off. They started a crusade and a hate train against you. They're conceited and full of ego. Somebody could be dope sick, going through withdrawals. Something to do with a vehicle. Child or children. False. They're false. They're a player. They claimed you were a player and they were false. Surveillance. It could be false surveillance, illegal surveillance, or they're under surveillance. You're very intelligent, or this could be an intelligence community. Somebody in the intelligence community is a friend of theirs or yours. There's a lot of distrust in this friend. They're guilty as hell. They're blaming everybody but themselves here. They're low vibing, whoever this is. Love bombing, one-sided, parent, step-parent, money, jail and prison, house and condo, power, hungry, and commitments. And you'll see them in a courthouse. A poser and a doppelganger. Okay, so somebody could have posed as you. It could be this friend. I don't know. They could have went to court and made up some stories about you that were unfounded with no proof. But you know, you get enough people to say a story over and over again, it kind of sounds like there must be some truth to it. All these people saying this, right? But there's something behind it. Okay, we're not seeing it quite yet, but there is something behind all these lies. Let's see, where are we gonna go? What are these lies about, Spirit? Why is this person lying? Why do they want to hurt this the collective? Oh, come back here. They're juggling, making head over heart decisions, weighing options. The lesser of the two evils here. They're playing games. It's a game player. That's what it is. It's just playing games. You are this person's entertainment. Wow. Go sit down and heal. You are this person's entertainment because whatever they put you through, they would never be able to handle themselves. And to them, it's entertaining to see how you get out of these situations they place you in. Thank you. This sounds like this ex-friend of mine. She would, several hours of entertainment off of me. Okay? Long time of entertainment off of me. She'd go around and contact people I still talk to see what I'm up to. You know, I'm just really bold-faced, very, very ballsy in that respect. Trying to get information about me, giving them false information to the people I still talk to. Yeah, you're very balanced. Temperance. Your life is in balance, and they can't stand that. Ever since you got rid of this supposed enemy, your life's been in balance. Earth and water, pleasure and pain, life and death, everything in moderation. You poured that love into yourself. You're very balanced. You balanced out your life. You're very fair. They want to reconcile with you, I think. Yeah, I don't think so. You're quite healthy. You're divinely protected here. You alchemize and transmute. That's why you're able to get through these situations, unlike them. Oh, lying, cheating, and or stealing. 7 of Swords in the upright. They're trying to hold you down. Deception, betrayal, and pretense. False pretenses here. Overarching energy. You got away from them. You peeped their game, you saw through the illusions, you broke free, and you distanced yourself. They can't attach anything to you. Their lies won't attach, it won't stick. You see right through them. They can't play puppet master with you. They can't make monkey dance, right? Yeah, you're getting your justice. This is balance. Either you distance yourself or these other people are distancing themselves. They see the truth now. This is karma. This is a reckoning. This is balancing the scales. Balance. They were playing games. Somebody's made a head over heart decision. They're weighing their options. Trying to keep things in flow here, but they can't because there's a wicked storm brewing, you see? They're getting seasick. The truth has come out, that's why. Moon in reverse. They have to face their shadow and their fears. They can't hide this any longer, okay? There's no more confusion where you're concerned. It is what it is. They were reckless, they were careless, they were foolish, they took unnecessary risks. They thought you were gullible and naive, or the persons they were telling these stories to, they thought they were gullible and naive. You know what I'm saying? This person's not getting a new beginning. They didn't want you having a new beginning without them. I get it. They think they're that important, this snake. They were warned. They went right off the edge here. They were warned to stop, and they didn't. They were cautioned, and they didn't care. So, it is what it is. 3 of Swords are heartbroken now. They inserted themselves in your life somewhere, whether between your partner, your friends, your family. It's a third party, right? Talking mad shit. They did this on purpose. Heartbreak, pain and sorrow, grief and anguish. Now they're going through it. They're going through a tower because you're getting your justice. Your life is in balance ever since you got rid of this person. So this person is obviously the trouble in your life, right? For whatever you were going through, this person could have been there to help you, hold you up, lift you up, and they never did any of that. They just sat there and watched and laughed. So it's a tower. They're not happy. There's been no truth or clarity here. There's lack of trust. Nobody's trusting this person now that they know the truth about this person. Yeah, they were abusive. Knight of Swords in reverse. A criminal. They endangered everybody else. They were reckless. There you go. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Lessons learned. You're protected. This is victory. They're having an emotional outburst. They're not sorry for what they've done. They could have been using magic. They could have tried to end something, a child's life or something, or got in between you and a child. This is somebody's very immature, childish, insincere. They're having an emotional outburst. They're feeling rejected and abandoned because you moved on, you overcame, and you're leaving them behind. Bye. You took accountability. You have balance, structure, and discipline in your world. You took ownership of your life, and you're moving forward. You're still moving forward, and you're leaving them behind. You have discipline in your life. You overcame. This is universally driven, and this is victory. 4 swords, and you healed. You're at peace here. You're at peace. Yeah, you saw clearly what was going on. You let them go. 2 of swords in reverse. 4 swords in the upright. 2 swords in reverse. There's no mental conflict with you. You're not in denial. They want you to unblock them, by the way. They're trying to think of ways for you to unblock them. But you see them for who they are. Other people are seeing them for who they are. No more stalemate about it. Yeah. You learned all that you had to learn about this person, the situation. You have a new beginning. You took a practical approach. This could be divination as well. They want a new beginning with you. They want to give you a small token of appreciation here. Something to do with a payment. Somebody's finding out something. Divination. Finding something out. Somebody's alone. You did it on your own. You went within and you healed your heart, your karma, whatever this is. You did the healing work you needed to do. There could be an investigation. You did it all by yourself. No help from this person or anybody else because they were pushing people away from you. That's what I'm picking up. Gathering some information. This is good financial news for you. You started off small, but, you know, that's how you start in life. Small, but manageable, and then it grows, right? You're very fruitful. You see that? The horn of plenty in the background. Very fruitful. You found out about somebody. Or you found your niche. Maybe you're doing divination. I don't know. Or you're watching it. Yeah, you're stable and secure. Male or female. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. You're stable and secure. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're hardworking, abundant, and independent. You know your value and your worth. You're nurturing, you're a healer, you're healed. Now people know that they lied about you. This is bad news for whomever was lying about you. They threw rocks and hid hands. They felt entitled. This is somebody that needs outside validation. They're jealous of you. That's what it is. They're greedy and they're jealous. This is the type of person that, male or female, whatever monies or stability they have, it comes from somebody else. This is a get-rich-quick schemes. This is a bully, corrupt. They have an image to uphold. This is somebody that throws rocks and hide hands. They feel entitled here. They're so jealous. That's why I keep healing. They're so jealous that they lied about you. They're jealous because you're not speaking to them. They're angry. Ace of Swords in reverse. You don't trust them. Other people aren't trusting them. Yeah. They have no integrity, loyalty, or honesty. They can't control you or the situation. They're scared here. They feel intimidated, or they're trying to intimidate you with their lies. Or now they're scared because they made up lies. Everybody's finding out the truth. Okay? They're feeling disempowered. Yeah, this person can't be trusted. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They can't come correct. They can't slow you down any longer. This is not the rite of passage. This is immature and insincere. It's over. It's over. Maybe they tried to end you, but you're the Phoenix rising. They wanted to take away your rite of passage, whatever belonged to you. They didn't want you moving on in life. They could have interfered with your mail or your money somehow, but this is over. You're the Phoenix rising. They committed some sort of lie or crime, or went to a warlock. Somebody unalived them. They tried to push you to unalive yourself, maybe. Or this is the end of a platform or a marriage or commitment. They were the cause of an end of a marriage. I get it. Because they were jealous. They were a bully. They could have been using magic, warlock, and witch. Somebody's very angry right now. This is very low vibing people here. All one-sided, false contracts. They're getting consequences for their bad decisions. Yeah, they got into a third-party situation. So, they were working together against you, maybe doing jar spells. Maybe they hired somebody to do jar spells on you to end everything in your life. Maybe even your life. Yeah, and went to the crossroads. They chose the path that they're on right now. They're watching you from afar. See the globe? Trying to will things. They're throwing daggers at you, watching you online maybe. You're prepared for your journey. They're not. They want to be your friend. They want to be your friend again. They want to keep you in place. Yeah, this is somebody that doesn't want to let go of you. Doesn't want you moving on in life. They don't want you doing better than them in life. This is somebody that's not serious about life. Let's put it that way. They just want you sitting on a shelf and watching them rise. That's where they get their kicks. But they weren't expecting this. Everything they tried to do is all falling apart. They're not prepared here. They're not prepared. This is a family. A large amount of money, a destiny, spiritual inheritance. Your ancestors are all up their ass. The gang's all here. So they got a lot of people up against you, even family members. Yeah. You're stable and secure. This is a long term. This is a legacy. They weren't expecting you to build a legacy for yourself or to have long-term stability and relations here. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. You're out in the public eye maybe, and they're trying to block you, stop you. They don't want you taking any action. So something's coming out publicly that they lied. They don't want people taking action about, they tried to block your work, make you lose your work. Somebody's has no discipline. They can't master their emotions. They don't want to put the work in. They're not working. Got 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 8. This is karma. Change is coming here. It's coming quickly too. Fast communication, fast action, and or travel. You could be a speaker. You're speaking the truth. Might have something to do with the last read. Might not. Male or female, doesn't matter. You're very independent. And you're unbiased. You know what you know. You're going to speak your truth. This person's trash, or they try to trash your name here. You're very astute, discerning, wise, intelligent, and intuitive, and you're not holding back. You're not going to spare their feelings. This is someone, it's a wannabe. This is a wannabe. They try to you took it on the chin before, okay? Everything they did or said about you, you sacrificed for these people in the past. Now they're in a net. They want power and control over you. They're insecure and unstable. They have no protection. They try to devalue you, take your voice away, right? Your rights away. They did something that was they infringed on your rights. Let's put it that way. This could be law and order. You might have to hire a lawyer. Somebody's got to let this go. This could be jar spells. They could be in their own jar. They want to reunite with you. This has something to do with your family, let go of a family or a marriage, 4-4, if this rings a bell. So because of this karmic asshole that got in the way, you could hold on to your marriage or your family. You had to let go of your family or your marriage or a home or stability or business. They want you to let go of your business, your stability. I don't think so. So they can reunite with this asshole. Yeah, they're going to jail. They're stuck in their head, self-imposed. They try to restrict you. If you are trying to restrict you and where you go in life, 8. Again, they're getting karma. You're getting abundance. You moved on. You're no longer emotionally invested. You're not coming back. You're in search of your 9th and 10th cup. You're not emotionally invested. You're not coming back. They saw the tail end of you. Read my back. I'm outie. They'll never see you again. You listen to your intuition. They wanted you stuck in place while they lived a life, right? Yeah, bye. This is financial ruin, spiritual jail. You found your confidence. You got up and you left. Congratulations. You became a visionary. This is King of Wands. A leader, male or female. You're not afraid. You're not afraid to take action. You're not afraid any longer. If you were afraid, it was to hurt these people's feelings or let them down. You're not afraid anymore. You come first. Congratulations. Yeah. There's not going to be a reconciliation. This is a group of people here. This could be a leader of a group, a cult, coven, secret society that got involved. Somebody was spreading egregious gossip. So somebody else in the equation, this could be you or someone else, knows that this was all gossip. The party is over. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare, 9 of Swords. Somebody's losing their, somebody's feeling ashamed of themselves. They don't want this getting out. Maybe they contacted a group or something like that. Coven, cult, secret society to come up after you. Somebody's sick, feeling ashamed of themselves. They're not going to get wish fulfillment. Oh, that's what it is. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. It's too bad. They're in their south node. There's no protection if they were doing any kind of magic against you. They have no protection. There's no faith. They didn't want to heal their inner childhood wounds. There's no reconciliation. They gave out false and misleading information about you. You're not going back to the past. People are seeing through the illusions here. All that glitters isn't gold, running out of options. They didn't want to give you any options, so you'd be friends with them or lovers with them again. So you can support them again. I don't know what this is. There's a parting of ways. They're grieving and regretting. They're crying over spilt milk. They've got a lot of burdens on their backs. They place burdens on other people's backs. It's over. It's over. They scapegoated you. This is the ending of a family or a group. They're not happy here. What card number is this? Card 10. Yeah. They're going to get let go. They're going to have to let this go. 10 of Wands in reverse. You're not obligated to them, or these people don't want to be obligated to this person. You ended a cycle. You're unburdened. You're not doing this anymore, I just heard. Congratulations. This person was two-faced. Big time. Not just to you, but everybody they deal with. Yep. Isn't that funny? It's a 9 of Cups. They lost their position. They were pretending to be you, impersonating you. Somebody who was very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know-it-all, and a show-off. This is not no emotional fulfillment or happiness. It's a fall from grace. They certainly didn't want you to have wish fulfillment or to be seen as wish fulfillment. 9-9. They're very defensive here. They're going to lose their position in this group or work or whatever this is. You put up some boundaries. You cut them out. You overcame. And they're trying to, you know who the enemy at your gate is, right? They're paranoid. They're defensive. There was a lot of emotional wounding here. They're in their emotions right now. They can't control their emotions. They were very malicious, ruthless, and cruel. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature. Selfish and self-absorbed. Dangerous even. They caused danger. They're in their emotions all right. Ace of Cups beneath that. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. Okay, it could be somebody that's drinking right now or numbing themselves somehow, some way, or now they want to open up. Oh, this could be them or somebody else, okay? There's a group of people working together here. Yeah, this is poor judgment. Judgment's gone against them. They're getting karma. There's no second chances. They betrayed you. They're getting karma for betraying you and betraying everybody else involved and lying. This is a pathological liar, a user, abuser, cold, calculating, or cruel. It could be a narcissist, sociopath, or a psychopath. The worst is over, though. 10 of Swords. This is a harsh and painful end for this abusive person. They abused your rights. They didn't have the right to say or do whatever they did. This is self-serving, very abusive. People are taking action here. They were green with envy. They wanted power and control over you. They were paid or getting paid to do something against you. This is an opportunist. They wanted your opportunities. You getting paid? They were paying readers, or you are a reader. They partnered up with a reader. This is secrets. Lots of secrecy here. There's proof and evidence as to what they were doing. They underestimated you. They were coming after your divine masculine energy, if you're divine feminine, or vice versa. A lot of people getting paid here. Yeah, you're standing your ground. 7-7. Paid to block you, paid to come up after you. They called you a monster. They're a monster. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They wanted you rejected and abandoned because they wanted to be the only one. I keep hearing that every now and then. You're stable and secure. You could be a business owner. They're grieving and regretting what they've done. They're bored and dissatisfied, so they need you to entertain them. Okay. Back to the same old, same old. This is this is heartless and cruel. Shows you no compassion. They don't love you. They don't love themselves. No new beginnings. No support at all from them. You show them no love. You're not giving them any love. You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. Could be a business owner. I don't know. They wanted to live in the lap of luxury. I don't know how they're making this out, but maybe they want what you have. They don't want you living in a lap of luxury, but you are. 6 of Swords. You're traveling. You're moving forward. You're in transition. This person could be at a distance. Yeah, you remain emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Well-rounded, I heard. Unconditional love. You're using your intuition. You let them go. You let go and you let God. You surrendered it to God. You overcame. They can't slow you down. There's going to be an arrest of some sort. Somebody was holding you back or trying to impersonate you. They lied. They spread rumor, gossip, and slander. They were petty and they were cruel. It's illumination as to what this person was all about. Yeah, they were playing mind games, power plays, maybe poking the bear, trying to get reactive abuse out of you. This is definitely gaslighting, though. You took the high road and walked away with your head held high, and you let it go. Again, let it go. By you letting it go, you hurt their feelings. You hurt their ego and their pride, and they had a grudge against you. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. They're getting karma. They wanted your destiny. There you go. This is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. Somebody has addictions, obsessions. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. There will be no reconciling here. This is somebody in their ego. Loss of power, no power at all. It's all about their image. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. There will be no peace, harmony, or contentment. They're sick. They're unstable. This was wrong. This was unfair. Let them reap what they have sown. Pardon me. Personally, I don't care. I'm at the point where these people don't want to learn. I'm done with these energies, really. But this is a snake. Once a snake will always be a snake, I just heard. It is what it is. They can't explore your life anymore. They didn't want anybody finding out that you're innocent. There we go. That's why I kept this out. They did the worst to make you look like you're a certain person, but you're not. It certainly is telling. It's telling as to who they are. It's an enemy disguised as a friend. Changing living situation. They might have to move, or they were the catalyst to you moving in the past, losing your home, your stability, your business, whatever this is, relations. They have attachment issues here. They're codependent. It's a double standard, right? Issues of attachment, either excessive or fearful, may arise. They have an attachment maybe from, the dark side, or they were trying to attach something to you, or a false narrative to you. Double standards. Different people are held to different standards. You block communication, or other people are blocking communication with this winner, because all they want to do is play games. Go play elsewhere. Go play elsewhere. This is a no game playing zone. I don't know. I'm just tired of these people. Oh, you don't want this one. You want the other one. Sorry, guys. It's like, why can't people mind their own business? Why can't they focus on their own lives? Surely, all this attention on other people's lives, trying to destroy other people, is taken away from their own life, right? Where they could be using that ingenuity, that energy, that time to make them a better person and better their own lives. But no, of course not. 15, we're playing with the devil. That's why. Devil energy, codependency. Trapped, I heard. This could be a contract. Oh, the devil. I don't know. 22, you're on path. They didn't want you getting on path. You made a decision. You're a master builder, by the way. Life path 22, maybe? I don't know. 28. Destiny. Adds to a 10. This is fated. Change. 30, divine feminine energy, male or female. They wanted, this was unfair to the divine feminine energy. They said you were crazy. They were trying to destabilize you. It is what it is. There's not going to be a reconciling here. Somebody's on their own. This is not a true friend. If they said they were a friend, they're not. The call. 15. Each person has a special calling, something they were born to do or be. Not everyone heeds that call, of course. You may have been avoiding yours for years. You may have created a comfortable life that doesn't make a lot of demands on you, or you may be reluctant to try out your talents for fear of failing. A true calling can't be denied, and yours is getting louder and louder. It might have something to do with your career, but it could just as easily have to do with matters of the heart or the arts or any of a million other ways you express who you are. It's in the light aspect. A seed of creativity is about to burst into bloom, so get ready. Congratulations. I could relate to avoiding your call for years. I did the same. I didn't want to let anybody down. I thought I'd be too selfish if I went off on my own and did what I felt called to do. And now I see it differently now. But obviously, you know, things work out as they do. You're always at the right place at the right time for whatever reason, okay? You had good reason, so plenty, 22. The word plenty has two meanings. It means having enough abundance that you can share it freely with happy generosity, and plenty means sufficient. You have all you need and no desire for more. When you feel a lack of plenty, consider both definitions. There's a level of neediness where no matter how abundant your life is, it never feels like enough. Do you really need more, or do you already have plenty? In the light aspect, be content with what you have and share with those less fortunate. So place that where it belongs. Intimidation, 28. Someone may be trying to exploit your weaknesses, or have, okay? Or what they perceive as weaknesses. Don't buy into their view. Don't let it yourself be intimidated and held down by a lack of confidence. Stand up for who you are and what you believe in. If you are the one who is intimidating others, ask yourself if this is really how you want to win. There's a big difference between being a leader and being a bully. In the light aspect, a good friend is standing by to help you, but you must help yourself first. So there is another good friend in the picture that's going to stand up for you. Finally, I heard. Wow, after all this time. I don't know how you're going to feel about that, though. If for years this person never stood up for you and finally they stand up for you, finally, after all these years or all this time, I don't know. Thank you, finally. You should have done that a long time ago, you know what I mean? Or maybe they didn't know the truth. I don't know. Maybe they were hoodwinked too. I can't really say. It's different for everybody. It is what it is. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Let's end this now. Somebody wanted to be in your ivory tower, I think. They didn't want you there. It is what it is. We have pin, new job or career. Congratulations. Candle, you'll be shown the way. Cracked cup, that came out yesterday. Dissatisfaction with life. Was it yesterday or the day before? They were trying to break you before you got on path. Money path, there you go. This was there yesterday too. That's a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Bat. Take care, enemies are working against you. So they didn't want you getting on path. Somehow they knew that wherever you were slated to go, meant to go, you'd really hit it big, and they didn't want that. Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. A younger man, you or them. Dealings or relationship with a younger man. Wheel. They wanted your wheel of fortune here. Indecisive, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And I've been there. What am I supposed to do with my life? Blah, blah, blah. It's because I was looking outside myself, not inside. And whoever you're dealing with, also the same thing, okay? If they paid more attention to themselves and their lives instead of you, they'd get somewhere. July could be your birthday, their birthday, or something happened in July. Scales have been righted here. They're being balanced. Keep your life in balance. So this is finally you got your life in balance, right? Clouds, temporary problems. And now you're seeing it as whatever problems you come across. And that's how I see it too. They're temporary. Okay, it's not permanent. Unless you make it permanent. You know what I'm saying? Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Parrot, somebody was repeating. Someone will gossip all your secrets. So this so-called friend was gossiping about you. They're a super fan. They're not anybody but a super fan. Somebody that acts like that, yeah. Romance, celebration, and party. They were fanning the flames here, trying to get your bag, or you're getting the bag here. Something important such as a new job or raise. That's how we're starting. That's how we're ending. So someone was very arrogant here. An arrogant, boastful person you shouldn't cross. And you're stepping into, you will be playing a different role. So congratulations. They cost you a job, stole a job, a position in the past. Now you're getting something even better. A better life, a better job, better everything. Better friends, let's put it that way. Because friends like that, who needs enemies? Congratulations. This person's getting their comeuppance. Finally, I hear. So it's been a long time coming. I love you guys. I hope you like the read. And until next time, take care.